What if the peace you're searching for is actually searching for you? Kaito never believed this, until the mountains taught him otherwise. Dawn had not yet broken over the valley. The air was cold enough to sting, and the mist curled like wandering spirits. Kaito walked alone through the ancient forest path that led to Ryosei Monastery, a place whispered about among seekers and forgotten by the world. His mind was loud, too loud. Images of a broken marriage, an unfulfilled career, old failures he never spoke of. They crawled through his thoughts like restless shadows. For a moment he stopped and pressed his palm against a moss-covered stone. It felt warmer than his heart. He whispered almost to himself, "Why does silence feel impossible, even here?" That's when he saw him, an elderly monk sweeping fallen leaves outside an old shrine ruin. The monk's posture was straight, yet relaxed, like he had surrendered to time without letting time defeat him. His name was Master Seijun. He didn't look up when he spoke. He didn't need to. "Your footsteps carry pain," Seijun said softly. "Sit. Let the mountains breathe for you." Kaito froze. He hadn't said a word, but something inside him broke, a quiet breaking, like ice melting. They sat beneath a towering cedar tree, its roots thick and ancient, like veins of the earth itself. The wind was still. Birds were waking slowly, as if the forest itself yawned. "Close your eyes," Seijun murmured. "Don't try to silence the mind, just stop fighting it." Kaito obeyed. At first, he heard everything. His heartbeat, his breath, the distant hum of cicadas. Then the thoughts came. His daughter crying on the night he left home. His mother's disappointment, deadlines, financial fear, loneliness, 1,000 unspoken apologies. He clenched his fists. "I can't," he whispered. Seijun sighed gently, not with annoyance, but with compassion older than any scripture. "Look at the cedar tree," the master said. Kaito opened his eyes. "It doesn't ask the wind to stop. It simply stands where it is. When your mind storms, let it storm. You remain the tree." These words struck him harder than any advice he'd heard in life. Kaito lowered his head, tears slipping quietly. For the first time in years, he felt seen without being judged. As days passed, Kaito learned the rhythm of the monastery. Morning silence, daytime chores, evening meditation under the temple bell. But the real lessons came at night. One night, during a deep meditation, Kaito felt something shift, something ancient. The forest grew impossibly quiet. The wind stopped midway, as though waiting. He felt a presence, gentle, luminous, standing behind him. He opened his eyes slowly. A faint silhouette appeared near the cedar tree. A woman draped in white, her expression calm, almost motherly, not frightening, but not human either. Master Seijun didn't open his eyes but spoke as though reading the air. "Do not fear. Some beings visit when the heart becomes light enough to see them." Kaito swallowed hard. Who is she?" "A companion of silence," Seijun whispered. "Call her whatever brings you comfort." As the apparition faded into the wind, Kaito's chest expanded with a warmth he didn't know he'd been starving for. But transformation had never smooth. One evening, old trauma rose violently. Memories he had buried came crashing down. Things he never told anyone, not even himself. Fear, guilt, shame. His breath hitched. "I'm breaking," he gasped. Seijun placed a steady palm on his back. "No," the master whispered. "You are finally opening." Kaito cried into his palms, not softly but the way a child cries after being lost too long. It was raw, human, necessary. The next dawn was golden, soft, forgiving. Seijun and Kaito walked along a cliff overlooking the vast valley. The master pointed to the clouds sinking through the mountains. "Do you know why people suffer, Kaito?" Kaito shook his head. "Because they hold their thoughts like captives," Seijun said. "But thoughts are clouds. Let them pass, and the sky returns." Kaito breathed deeply for once without trembling. Something unclenched inside him, not fully healed, but no longer drowning. That evening he sat beneath the cedar tree alone. The wind hummed through its branches. The mountains exhaled softly. And in that quiet, Kaito felt something he had never felt. A silence that did not demand perfection. A peace that did not depend on answers. A home that existed inside him, waiting for years. He closed his eyes, and finally, the silence breathed back. When the mind stops fighting itself, even silence becomes your teacher.